Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about my two favorite investments. So these are the two asset classes that are my favorite that I personally invest in. And if you make your investments in these two different asset classes, you're going to make money, you're going to build wealth over time, and you're never going to have to worry about money again. So without any further delay, be sure to smash that like button. Hit that thumbs up button for me. It really helps out my channel. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. And again, without any further delay, let's go ahead and get right into today's video. All right, you guys. So the very first asset class and investment that I'm going to talk with you guys about in this video, that if you invest in, you're never going to have to worry about money again, is by investing in the stock market. Now, the reason why I like investing in the stock market so much is because you can do it with very little hands-on effort, and then once you've put that effort, things are pretty much like on autopilot after that. Or you could go ahead and have it pretty much on complete autopilot, and the most work you're going to do is pretty much depositing your money in there, and you could even set that up automatically, and then just pretty much that's it. You're done. You could just go ahead, sit back, and build your wealth over time with pretty much virtually no work done on your part. Now, let's go ahead and talk about that a little bit more. So when you're going to invest into the stock market, and if you do this, like I said, you're not going to have to worry about money again after that. So how do you go about doing that? So you could invest in the stock market a few different ways, and there is more ways than the ones that I'm talking about right here in this video. But for the sake of this video, and without making it too long of a video, we're just going to talk about some of the very most basic ways that you could invest in the stock market and build your wealth over time. So you can invest in individual stocks, and you can invest in growth companies, which you're gonna invest your money into, and these companies are gonna grow the share price over time, and then you're gonna gain as the investor, because your investment is gonna just increase in value over time as the company focuses on growing and reinvesting back into their company, improving their business, and their price of their stock is gonna, end up going up over time. And because you're an investor into that company and you own stock in it, well, then the value of your portfolio and your holdings are gonna go up as well. So that's how you're gonna, grow your net worth, is by being invested into individual stocks of companies that are growth companies. And then because you're an investor in them, your portfolio is going to become worth more, and then at some point in the future you would decide to sell, and that's where you're going to reap the huge financial reward of investing in growth stocks, or growth companies in other words, as an investor. Now, the other way is you can invest in dividend stocks, which are basically big, huge companies, large corporations that have tons of money, that are typically growing a little slower, but by you investing into these particular companies, these companies, as a reward to you for investing in them and investing your capital with them, these companies are going to pay you what's known as a dividend, which is basically a cash payment to you, the investor, for each share that you own of their company. So you buy, say, 100 shares of, say, company X, well, then that company is going to pay you a certain portion for every single share that you own of their company, and they're going to pay that out to you in your brokerage account. And then it's up to you whether or not you want to reinvest that cash payment back into purchasing more shares of that company, growing your holding even bigger, or you could just receive the dividend payment, the cash payment, in your account, and cash it out and transfer it over to your bank account, and then you have full access to that money. So that's another way of investing in the stock market. Now, another option that's completely like hands off whatsoever, you don't need to do the buying, you don't need to do the selling, is by investing in index funds. So basically, when you decide that you want to invest in the stock market and you don't want to do any work whatsoever, you want someone else to completely manage your portfolio for you over time, and yet you still want to build your net worth and you want to grow your net worth over time, you basically invest in an index fund. And what an index fund is it's basically just a group or a basket of stocks, and some index funds are bigger, some index funds are smaller, and they're in different sectors of the market. But a really good safe way to go is by investing in an index fund that just, it's basically the total stock market, and you're basically invested in the whole market as a whole. So you pretty much are just playing the game of the average. So as the stock market goes up, your portfolio is going to go up. When the stock market goes down, your portfolio will go down. But overall, your stock market portfolio will go up, and you don't have to worry about it whatsoever. You just set it up on autopilot, set it up on your brokerage account, how much money you want to contribute monthly or weekly or however you want to set it up. The transactions will happen automatically. You would just build your holdings into these index funds over time, and then the stock market just does its thing. And the typical average annual rate of return in the stock market is roughly 10% per year. So yes, you're going to have some down years. Yes, you're going to have some up years, but overall, you're going to average about a 10% annual rate of return on your investments. And that's what I love investing in the stock market so much for, is because you could put very little effort, out. Like, you barely got to put any effort. You're basically just putting your money up front. And once you invest your money up front, you're going to just continually be building wealth over time with like virtually no effort on it, really no work or effort on your part. And this is why, if you never want to have to worry about money again, you want to make sure that you invest in the stock market, because it's one of the most easiest ways for you to take your money that you have, invest it for the long term, and then, make money and build wealth for yourself without virtually doing any work. And that's what makes investing in the stock market such a great investment. All right, you guys. So now we're going to talk about my other favorite investment or asset class to invest in, and that's going to be real estate. So I absolutely love investing in real estate. Now, when it comes to investing in real estate, if you invest into real estate, like I said, you're not going to have to worry about money again. Like, that's not going to be one of your worries. So what are the different ways that you make money in real estate? So you can make money in real estate a couple different ways. So let's talk about how those different ways are that you can make money. So one of the first ways that you can make money in real estate by being an investor in real estate is that you're going to make your money through price appreciation. So what does price appreciation mean? It means, so you go out, you purchase, an investment property for yourself, and, let's go ahead and just say, for the sake of this conversation, that you rent the property out, and let's say you purchase that property at, $100,000 for that property. You're probably not going to find a property for that price these days, but for the sake of this video, let's go ahead and say you found a property for $100,000, right? So a couple years goes by, now you're looking at like $200,000 is the value of that property. So you could decide to sell that property if you want, or even if you don't, it's still worth $200,000. So because the value of that real estate has gone up, essentially you've made the difference between what was your original purchase price of the property and what is the true value now that someone is willing to pay for that piece of real estate that you bought, And there's all kinds of different forms of real estate. There's single family homes, there's commercial properties, there's multi-family homes, there's all these different types of real estate. But one of the ways that you can basically make your money, how you profit off of real estate, is through the price going up over time, which is called price appreciation. So, and in order to actually realize, that gain of that, that value going up on your property over time, you're either going to have to sell or you're going to have to refinance to pull some of that money out. But that's a whole nother video. But again, one of the ways of how you profit off of real estate is through price appreciation. So if your property went from $100,000 in value to $200,000 in value, well, if you sell that property for $200,000, well, then you're gonna, basically profit the $100,000 minus your taxes, of course. But you get the point. What I'm saying, that's how you make money in real estate, at least one of the ways. Now, what's another one of the ways? So another one of the ways that you make profit off of real estate is when you purchase that property. Let's go ahead and say, for the sake of this video, that it was an investment property, a single family home. You placed a tenant in there, and let's say your house payment is, $1,500 a month, and then you say, okay, well, I'm going to rent it to the tenant for, $1,700 a month. So each and every month, when that tenant pays you the rent, you're going to profit $200 a month, as rental income. So rental income is going to be that $200 profit that you're going to make from that tenant living in your property, paying you rent each and every month. And that's what is another one of the ways how you make a profit off of real estate. And I get it, $200 a month or maybe even $500 a month is not like tons of money, but this is money that you're making each and every single month, and you're not having to work hard or virtually do almost any work whatsoever. You could even have a property manager manage that, or a property management company manage your real estate for you, so they deal with all the headaches, they deal with all the problems. Now they're going to charge you a fee, of course, to manage that property for you, but you don't have to deal with any of the problems. They take the phone calls, they deal with the tenant, they deal with the issues, they make sure your property is well taken care of, and you just sit back and you collect the profit. So that's the second way how you profit off of real estate, is by rental income. And now another way that you make money off of real estate, which is just amazing, is that the government, from a tax standpoint, gives you tax advantages, you know, when it comes to reporting your taxes. That, and they do this in the way that there's certain things that as a real estate owner that the government allows you to write off on your taxes. And just to mention a couple of those, now I'm not a tax advisor, I'm not a tax specialist or CPA or anything, so I'm not gonna, you know, dive too much into the tax standpoint, but to just give you a little idea of some of the write-offs, very basic write-offs that you could do, is you could write off the interest that you're charged on your loan for financing the property. So your mortgage interest, you could write that off. You could write off some repairs, and you could basically write off the fact that your property gets depreciated. You know, it basically, like, the wear and tear of your property causes, you know, damage to your property over time. So you get to, you know, deduct all of these different deductions from your taxes at the end of the year. So these are like huge benefits that allow you to keep more money, which in reality means you get to make more money. So this is what makes investing in real estate so, like, such a great investment. And this is why I love investing in real estate. And that if you invest in real estate and you make these two investments right here, like I mentioned in the video, investing in the stock market, investing in real estate, you're never going to have to worry about money again, because you're going to be making money in the stock market, you're going to be making money in real estate. Now, I'd love to get your guys' opinion. Out of these two different asset classes, real estate and the stock market, which one do you prefer? And let me know down in the comment section below. Would you rather invest in real estate, or would you rather invest in the stock market? Or if you currently are investing, which one are you invested in? Or if you do both, let me know that you do both. So before you guys go ahead and go, be sure to hit that like button if you did not earlier. And like I said, if you're not subscribed to this channel, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. Also turn on the notification bell, so that way YouTube will notify you each and every time I upload a video. And you guys have a blessed day.